What's going on, guys? My name is RagingRaptor and welcome to a new World of Tanks video. And as you probably have seen from the title, we're going to have a look at a gameplay where I am the biggest noob, apparently, in a scout tank which ever existed, by the words of one of our allies. We are on the map, well, Prokorovka. It's probably one of the best light tanks map in the game. With 3 artilleries, it's a joy to play light tank. However, the issue is we are matched against the 13105 and we are a Sheridan. And as you might saw, we are trolling a little bit because we have the big HD gun on it. Because just for my video where I'm planning to rank every single tier 10 light tank in the game, so feel free to subscribe if you want to see that later on, I decided to just play every single tier 10 light tank, obviously to get a feel for them and to make a proper ranking for them. So, usually when you have a look at the map Prokorovka, it's pretty easy where a scout should go. Easily, those are one of those positions which are rather interesting. However, I want to point out that I have a little bit of an issue. The 3105 is faster and has more camouflage. So me already going in a rather aggressive way towards this position on like F1 or in the bushes at F1 or F2 is not that good of an idea. If I'm pressing my alt control key, you already can see that I asked our bad chat where he is going, if he's going left, and he said affirmative. And I was like, okay, if he's going left, I'll probably just be there for the first few seconds, minutes to see what he's doing, because in the end, a bad chat is pretty decent for passive scouting in the beginnings of the game. And this is what went through my head in the beginning as well. Funnily enough, you probably already have seen our Rage Lord today. It's not raging again on the enemy team, it's Tiger Farmer's hero. And he said, yes, go left curva. And here we already have the bigger issues you can see right there. The AMX 13105, with him being a little bit faster and he not deciding to go for a passive scout bush, well, he already spotted me. So it's clear for the enemy team where I want to go. I still want to get into a decent position to just try for the beginning, but now it's already very risky. And once again, you can see what is happening in the chat. And now I already got spotted right there because the AMX 13105 moved there, and I'm lucky to get away with just one Guerrilla 15 shot right there. And now I have to say, you know what? There is no point whatsoever to still try to go to the left side. And obviously, that's why I say, no, fuck you, I'm a fat fuck. That's basically what I have to say, because I can't get in there anymore when the 3105 is doing this middle positioning runs, which is good by him. This is a very good play by him. But let's just now look at our minimap once more. You can see that the Batchat already has a pretty decent passive scout bush. So if the enemy decides to YOLO the Batchat, it's on to our favor, because he has an E4, he has the stupid Prosciutto in the background, and 183 and even a 277, as well as a Stritzwagen there, which could give him some backup. So they are safe. As long as they camp, they are safe, especially if the 13105 doing middle rushes or middle moves. So now I'm like, you know what? Screw that. No, screw that. I'm going to a second very, very decent position. Look at how many artilleries we have. And look at how lightly positioned our right-hand side is. Only Prosciutto and the Super Conqueror. So this is now where I am going to go onto the hill. And once again, I wrote in the chat, I can't contest the 13105. I'm too slow, I'm too fat. I get to spot it too early and I'm too slow. For me now to go into a bush and try to passive scout and even probably drive a little bit more aggressively is suicide. And this is why I'm going to the right-hand side. However, I have to point out that I'm rather lucky, because it was very, very awkward to get in there. I see that the Super Conqueror is pushing, and immediately I spot Prosciutto, and I'm spotted as well. So I can talking from luck that the artillery is not aiming here to try to kill me. And see what we can do, because now it is key. Right now it is incredibly important. Look, you already saw that one of our artilleries were shooting at there. So I know that one artillery is already aiming there. This means for me that I have backup. And one thing I know from experience is that with those bushes, I can roughly not get spotted on 70 meters. 60 is very critical, but on 70 meters, I'm fine. I can spot the enemies without them spotting me. So now let's just have a look at what is going to happen. Obviously, here we spot those people because we are in, in proxy range. This was a stupid move by me. I didn't saw that I was proxying the 277. This is also why I received an additional shot, and now I'm down to 1 shot. So I played this right now very, very poorly. For the beginning, I played this right now here very, very poorly. The first thing, because I listened to a stupid player, even though I knew I shouldn't have gone there, I can't contest the AMX 13105. So now, this was completely my mistake right here. I shouldn't have, I should have immediately saw, oh snap, I got proxy spotted, I should run away. And now this is why I'm also staying now in this push right here. So if they overpeak, I hope that with my view range, I should be able to spot them when they are trying to move up onto that position. How? Because of camo breaking in the end. But then again, it is crucial because our artillery and our T62A should be able to shoot at those people. So now I'm like, you know what, screw it, let's try again. But this time be very, very vigilant and careful, and bada bam, bada boom! We spot 3 people, and look at that, where is our nice sixth sense? Nowhere. We did not got proxy spotted. We just used the bushes and our spotting point very, very effectively. And suddenly, starting slowly but steadily, our spotting starts to count up. We spot 277. This is exactly the only thing I have to do right now. Try to stay alive. Don't let them peek over. And you can see 73 meters. He did not spot us, which is incredible, lucky for us. And the only thing we have to do is just overpeak, and look at how many people there are. If you knew, like if the enemies knew we were just 3 people up here, with me being a one-shot, with the Super Conqueror being 900 HP and the Prosciutto being basically just 1 tank, they could have YOLO'd us. There are 5 people there, but they do not, because they constantly get spotted, and our artillery is doing God's work right here. As much as I hate artillery in 95% of the cases, this is where I have to say, thank God do they exist, because they saved us the game. They saved us my game, they saved us our game, they gave us a really easy win. Because right now, you can see that our spotting starts to rack up. We are now at 2.6k, maybe even 3k spot damage, because we probably even got some blind spot damage from the people on. And you can see we constantly try to go back and forth, try to not get proxy spotted by them, try to keep them on distance, and it works wonders. The TVP cannot spot me. They do not know. He probably right now doesn't know that he is still being spotted. This is why I'm also driving aggressively. I want to keep him spotted so he doesn't know he's still spotted. This is one of my most favorite thing to do in World of Tanks, to just cheese people like this. Look at that, he thinks he's not spotted, and suddenly, oh, the T62A is shooting at me. Oh man, probably was a blind shot. But you can see I still try to be as far away as possible, and you can see it just works wonders. Now we got spotted and we immediately have to dive back into cover, and thank goodness the enemy artillery do not want our face. They are probably very, 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 very focused on the T62A, which is so lucky for me. But now we are at 4k spot damage. I just want to point out this position right here, which I'm showing you right now, is absolutely amazing for the tier 10 EBR. I think it's better. It's so much better than go into the middle. If I'm spawning on this specific side, in the EBR, I go this, drive this, and go like this. And then you just stay in this bush. You spot the people driving from like over there already. Artillery can fab on them for days. If you know what you're doing, this position here wins the game. Quite simply, because as soon as you won this flank, you can just corner the camping people over there, and you are done. I personally think Prokorovka is easily won over the hill, if you know what you're doing. The enemy, your team on the 1-2 line, let them camp. Let them do whatever they want. You win the hill, you win the game, in my opinion. And again, look at that. We gain more and more and more spot damage, even though our dear old Prosciutto friend is like, no, you're bot and you're stupid player. What are you doing, stupid scout? You're not spotting for my ass. I should be... I know I sound like a little bit right now like entitled brat. It's understandable because I see his W and I'm like, dude, you know what? Just whatever. seriously, at this point, I can't really care anymore. I am doing well, and I know what I'm doing. And again, in the beginning, I said it on stream. I can't, what's it called? I can't fight against the 13-105. He's faster, and he has better camouflage than I do. I can't get into a good position. So this was my pure mistake in the beginning. But now look what we can even do, because we are a cheeser, and we even have the HE gun with it. Oh my goodness, guys, this feels so good to penetrate a 430U at the back for 930 and then seeing him dying to artillery. It feels so good. Like, it's such a pleasure to see. So now our Prosciutto sadly makes, like, this is the good Prosciutto because it inflamed as hell. He made a tiny little bit of mistake, and I decided, you know what? I have the HE gun. I just go to kill the Super Conqueror. What should I do else at the moment? Our artillery is even trying to kill him, and right now I can't spot him. So I think he's most likely in this bush, because you can see from the minimap. Let's just look at the minimap. He's in the open field. He's not down at the water. If he goes down to the water, he will most likely be spotted by me. And yeah, let's see how it goes, because now we just have to get a better angle on him. I tried to spot him again, and oh, there he is. He actually retreated a little bit. And now, what can we do? We just wait and wait and wait. Now I'm liking being a really sneaky raptor right there, a clever girl, if I do say so myself. Use the double bush. You can see the frontal bush is not transparent. 50-meter rule, perfectly well done. And we finish off the Super Conqueror. So now this side is basically won. We know there is still a Prosciutto, but I'm like, you know what? I don't care about the Prosciutto. I'm just going to YOLO towards the middle and try to do things from there. That's it. We won the game already under 7k combined damage. I do have to point out that in the end the budget had more spot damage. Go figure, he had it easier to get into the position because he actually went the better way. I have to say it. He played it very, very well. But then again, something from my 9 tips about scout tanks. There is no point in 2 light tanks going at the same position. Please, please, please keep that in mind. It's very, very important. Why should I go also to this position in the end when the budget is already there and spotting? I think that this position right here, or this game, just showed that if you know what you're doing in a light tank, you don't have to go to the most obvious positions ever. And I know it's a risky position where I went, and I got lucky here and there for not getting screwed over immediately. But this position in general yields good spotting damage for me too, and it's far less risky in the beginning than to go into an F1 position, as you could see with the enemy 13-105 lighting me up several times. But yeah, the game is won. We are happy. We are now just keeping the Prosciutto spotted for our enemy artillery. For our artillery, obviously, we don't want him to die and don't want him to get away. It's won already. Like, we won it as soon as we won the other hill side. We basically won because we could pinch them. But the Badger on the other side made also a very well move. He moved forward and it worked out well. And I'm like, you know what? No, I want to kill. And I miss it. And I'm like, you know what? Yalla! And the ramming speed was everything else needed. And the Prosciutto is even more raging at us, giving us a nice little tap into our wreck. So, this is what we got for the game. 1,700 spot damage dealt and 5,783 spot damage dealt. So I'm pretty happy, and you can see we got around 300 blind spot damage. We were not the one with the most damage. That honor goes to the T62A, which we spotted for. Just keep that in mind. Also, we are not the highest in experience. This goes to the Badger, which also did around 6k spot damage, which is very well done by him, I have to say. But then again, this game basically was won by both of us because we decided to split our forces up. And this is how it goes. I'm very happy with this performance. You can see in the end we were third most experienced by a long shot when we compare to the 4th experienced player, and our lovely raging Prosciutto friend down here goes out with 668 damage dealt. Has to feel sad if you think about it that I'm the noob spotter and so on and so forth. Yeah, I hope I was able to show you guys how I sometimes play losing matchups. and how I play Prokorovka. I genuinely start to like the hillside much more, especially on this side we spawned on. However, it's harder from the other side, so please keep that in mind. From the other side, it's much more risky than what we did. And you also have to keep in mind that we were lucky that nobody of the enemy team except for the 3105 was in the middle trying to shoot at us. This was very luckily for us. My name is RagingRaptor. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If so, let me know in the comment section below. If you want to see more videos like this, feel free to leave a sub, and I'll talk to you all later. Cheers, guys.